for joining me today with Stamping with Loretta. You are looking at an overhead shot of my work surface, and as you can see, it's mostly clean. Miracles do happen. Okay, I just cleaned it up. Anyway, this is just a quick share. It's also a check of my new boom for my camera, as well as my studio lights, to be sure everything's in frame and I can still reach my camera. I am trying to figure out how to use my smartphone as a remote for my camera. I can also go back to using my old Canon camera, the one that's got good old-fashioned tape in it. I haven't tried to do that with a slower connection instead of a FireWire connection, but I do plan to do that. So what you're looking at right now is an altered letter. It is the letter C. If you stay tuned to my blog, you have seen pictures of this. It is my project for my one-on-one swap with Miss Candace Scarborough, and I absolutely love the way it came out. We had planned to do a 13-inch letter, however the largest I could find was this 9.5-inch one, and I love the way it came out. There are lots of details to this. First of all, the crown piece that you see right here is actually from a die, and this is what the die looks like. This is a border die from Spellbinders, and I cut it from some glittery cardstock, glittery paper to be more exact. It's not very thick. I bought that particular paper from the children's section. It came in a book and it had like maybe 10 sheets and 3 or 4 different colors in it. And I don't use it very often, but after making this project I think I'm going to use it more often. So that's how I made that. Of course, the flowers that you see on this piece right here, these are all from Wild Orchid Crafts, and instead of using a Shrinky Dink butterfly, I used a metal butterfly that someone had sent me. I think it actually came from Wild Orchid Crafts as well. The dragonfly is a wooden piece from Recollections. It came with some other pieces, and I really like it. I just simply use my Copic markers to base coat it actually, and then I used both Copics, and when they were dry I used just a little bit of regular acrylic paint to finish that. The bird cage is also a Recollections piece. It was blue with the script on it, and I just simply painted it a green color with a light, very dry brush. The bird is actually the retired Stampin' Up! Punch that I have had for a long time, and I just punched him out of pattern paper and put him on top of this bird cage. The bird cage did come with this little dangle. I did not change that. I like the way it looked. The paper is from the Paper Studio, and it talks about friendship and love, and it's really very appropriate given the theme. So I also used some buttons from my collection. This little piece right here was actually from A.C. Moore. It was on clearance and I got it for like 50 cents. So the lace that's on the back of this piece I did have in my collection. I just simply hot glued that to the back. When I applied the paper to this piece, I used some Mod Podge, and then I went over the top of that with a dry brush with some green paint that I custom tinted, and then I applied the paper, and then I applied more of that same green paint that I base coated the piece with, and I used a baby wipe to blot off the excess paint in this case, and I love the way it came out. I use a small alphabet set that you see right here. Let's zoom in a little bit for you. Wrong way. To print Candace's name. I'm not sure how well that's showing up in camera, but We'll see when we preview the video before we upload it. And the buttons are also from my stash. Now these buttons are actually antique buttons, and I've had them for a very long time. And I really like the way that those came out as well. Now, when the base layer was dry, I just took a regular Pentel pen, a gel type of ink pen, to do the faux stitching on the piece. And I used some stick pins to finish it off. And those are right there, as you can see. So the whole piece took me a few days to complete it. As you can see, I keep finding small pieces of glue trails. Those are from my hot glue gun. Most of those, I will go back over the piece with a heat tool to just melt those back down. Hot glue was just used to hold things in place while the E6000 set up and dried. So I hope you liked today's project. I hope you will give something like this a try. If you'd like to do a one-on-one swap with me, please email me directly. Email information will be down below or somewhere on this video. I'd like to give a very, very special thank you to my husband Michael, who has done my YouTube channel intro, which you will have seen at the very beginning of this particular video. So I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Thanks to my sweetheart for making the intro for me. Have a great day, everyone. Stay happy, and always be a blessing to someone today. Take care. Bye now.